All right, what's going on? Ricardo Hamilton, Crypto Rick, M.I.M.S, making it make sense. Man, happy Freedom Friday to everybody, man. Happy Freedom Friday. If you don't know, we on a 90-day run with the runners, okay? Constantly, continuously, consistently helping people build wealth, get assets, create multiple streams of income, hedge against financial crisis and inflation, okay? Get into the resources and systems that we have found that are going to give you a better opportunity and options moving forward in this reset that we're going through right now. Understand something, that we are going through one of the most significant time periods in history. Okay, one of the most significant time periods in history. So just want to give you an update, because obviously I'm live on Facebook and YouTube right now, and we have the schedule. Okay, on this 90-day run, Monday through Friday, mindset. Tuesdays talking about tech. AI and blockchain. Wednesdays is wealth Wednesdays. Thursday we talk about trading, and then we do some trading and different things in a private Zoom. But on Fridays are really special to me, because it allows us to kind of talk about the present crises and the present events and situations that are going on around the world, and especially affecting us, in this economy and on our ability to provide for ourselves. And today, I would definitely want to talk about, which we're going to move this to Rumble, folks, because I'm telling you, I can't talk about this stuff on Facebook and YouTube. Literally, okay, I was on live stream last night. Okay, I was on live stream last night, and on TikTok, and TikTok cut me off. And when I was talking about on TikTok last night was how Janet Yellen essentially told people that you need to be concerned about the loss and purchasing power, but essentially the loss in the world reserve currency status of the United States dollar. And I'm gonna see if I can find the exact article. I definitely want to talk about that, but I can't talk about this stuff on Facebook and YouTube, and then TikTok apparently as well, because they take us off. They'll cut the live stream. They'll say, we're bullying. They'll tell me that, I'm breaking community guidelines. They'll say misinformation. And literally anybody who's been following us know that we talk about why you need to save your money in gold and silver. Okay. Why you need to hedge against financial crisis and inflation, create multiple streams of income, why you need to get into blockchain and cryptocurrency, especially certain blockchains, especially certain cryptocurrencies like XRP, XLM, XDC. We talk about, properly structuring yourself so you can remove the jurisdiction that these entities have over you, and put you in a better position to live a more free life, and give you some kind of ideas on different things to be doing, and as far as even just preparing, right? And I'm talking about, like, something as basic as, look, you should have the ability to purify water. You should have, access to be able to grow your own food, organic seeds, a way to protect yourself. Obviously, we talk about gold and silver. You have to kind of prepare for the unexpected, but we at least have an idea. But so today, and if you guys don't see, that's the schedule up there. I want to make sure you guys can see that schedule. So we're talking about Freedom Friday. But today, what we're doing is I want to go live on Facebook and YouTube and kind of let people know, like, most people aren't on Rumble. Okay, we just started the Rumble channel. We want to start going live more on Rumble and bring in more people to the Rumble, because we can speak freely there. Okay, we can talk about this stuff and really have an open discussion and really put people in a proper mindset, because mainstream media is not going to, they're not going to give it to you. Mainstream media is not going to give it to you. And most people, they're just not talking about this stuff, and there's a lot of things to talk about. So what I wanted to talk about on Rumble, today, okay, at 12:30, I'm actually going to do it at 12:30, is we're going to talk about the government shutdown. Okay, it's very critical that you guys do understand that this government is more than likely going to shut down, and this is going to have the ramifications for this. Okay, I can anticipate, if they don't pass a bill, if they don't fund the government, if they don't do something, especially maybe not Sunday night, right? Because it will happen on a Sunday. But if we go to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, next week, a week after, and they haven't done anything, or 30 days and they haven't done anything, you're gonna see probably protests, maybe some riots. I mean, the people are barely surviving as it is. Okay. There's a lot of children, there's a lot of homeless people, there's a lot of elderly people that are going to be massively affected by this, a lot of government workers, a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck right now. It's not just about the government shutting down and parks closing and things of that nature. They have, subsidized this whole economy. They have printed trillions of dollars. The inflation is already out of control. And now they're cutting off the assistance to the American people to try to manipulate their way with legislation. And that goes on both sides, really, Democrat and Republicans. But I really have to lean towards, of course, securing this border. And I think that they should work together to get this done. We're going to talk about this stuff too, but government shutdown, some of the things that have taken place over the last few months that some people might forget. Certain senators getting satellite phones. We're going to talk about a state of emergency that has been placed in Texas by the governor. Okay. State of emergency. Okay. And you guys know, I tell you guys, mentally, you should be in emergency monetary policy mode. Like if there should be a state of emergency in your mind, at least in some areas, whether it is the border or whether it is the inflation or whether it is, Federal Reserve interest rates, or whether it is, the dollar's world reserve currency status or the volatility in the bond and stock market. You should have some type of an emergency mindset. And there are certain things that you should be doing. So we want to talk about that. There's about 300,000+ Venezuelans, okay, that have come across the border who have now been given just given citizenship, no process, no, forget the people who came through the front door and try to do naturalization the right way. We're just going to allow 300,000+ people across the border who we don't know who they are, have any idea of their background, what they're bringing. But yeah, we're just going to make them, U.S. citizens. All right, that's what Biden is doing. So we're going to talk about that and the ramifications of that. And most people don't really understand. Like, they've issued a state of emergency as well in New York for this crisis. And the reason is that this problem affects everybody. Okay. We're talking about resources, we're talking about jobs, we're talking about housing. Just the basic necessities, a lot of things. So this is really a critical situation, and it implores us to understand more the ramifications of what's going on and where this is going. So obviously, I want to talk about the energy crisis as well. Russia cutting off oil exports. Okay. Very strategically, we're looking at oil around 90, almost over $100 a barrel. If oil starts to spike here over $100 a barrel, you can expect something to happen, to go down. We're talking about $33 trillion in debt, obviously massively exploding debt. I mean, folks, in 2008 financial crisis, it was a big deal. And the debt was $10 trillion at that time. We're over $33 trillion in debt. So we're definitely going to talk about that. Also, we want to talk about the $632 trillion in derivatives market. Okay. There's over I'm going to say this one more time, 600 trillion. So a lot of times we focus on the U.S. national debt, which is over $33 trillion. We got to talk about this $632 trillion derivative debt, because understand something: when this system collapses, when everything collapses, all right, you have trillions of dollars in a massive derivative debt bubble that's going to collapse. Okay, as these markets collapse, as the underlying infrastructure that these derivatives are built on start to collapse, this is where you see everything go to zero. Okay, I think we will see everything go to zero, like we saw oil go -50, and then we will see a rebalancing of the market. Then we'll see a correction. Then we'll see prices for certain assets and commodities take off. But it's very possible that we will see everything crash. Okay. Few people have talked about this already, but we probably will see everything crash before everything takes over. These markets have to crash. This debt-based fiat monetary system is over, right? And we're seeing it. The writing is on the wall. And once again, these are, like I said, these are the most significant time periods in history. So you want to be on top of that. $632 trillion in derivatives. Also, we're going to talk about some strikes and some layoffs and some other things. So we're going to be going live on Rumble. In the description of this video, okay, you should see the link to Rumble. If you haven't created an account, go create an account on Rumble. There's a lot of free speech, okay, and truth being shared on Rumble. Okay, we don't have to worry about getting censored, getting cut off, anything of that nature. We just want to bring value and really just, talk about stuff that's not normally talked about, talk about some solutions, and be able to speak freely, because people need options. Even right now, people just don't know what to do, maybe what to buy, how to prepare. Whether we're talking about a cyber attack, or we're talking about an attack on the infrastructure, or just, I mean, preparing for outages and power, or things of this nature. So we're going to go live at 12:30, run this live show for Freedom Fridays. And with that being said, I want to catch you guys over on Rumble. If you click the link in the description of this video, you should be able to see it. So go ahead and create an account and subscribe to the Rumble, and we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. So this is something new that we're doing. This is something that we're going to be putting out there for the people. And it gets a little more personal. It gets a little more serious. It touches home a little more, and I think that's needed. Especially right now, what's going on. I mean, I'm really concerned for the future of this country and for the people moving forward, because a lot of people are not going to make it. I'm just telling you right now, there's a lot of people who have no idea that we probably even the government's about to shut down. There's so many people who just go by, their normal day, and they don't worry about the news, maybe because it's too negative, maybe because it's a lot to handle. But I'm telling you, this is not the time to put your head in the sand. This is not the time to just look the other way. This is not the time to try to avoid, the challenging issues of the day. This is the time to embrace them, meet them head on, and have a plan, have a strategy, keep them in front of your mind, because there is going to be events and circumstances that take place moving forward that are going to require you to do certain things. And I want you mentally prepared. I want you to have the right assets and resources connected to the right network and everything else. So I'm gonna catch you guys over at Rumble at 12:30. I'll see you there. All right, everybody have a great Friday. Peace.